Yeah, hi. Good evening, guys. So, I hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, chalo. Good evening. So, today we'll be taking up. Yeah, so today we'll be taking up the current affairs discussion. That is the last week, previous week current affairs discussion, and it's quite important. So this time we have selected quite important topics for the 2023 students. Okay, how many of you are giving this year 2023? Hi everyone. Hi. Take care. मतलब time is very less. Okay. Okay. Me. Okay, ठीक है. Good. So 2023. Okay, fine. See, for 2023, okay, especially keeping that in mind, we have selected important topics. So please focus over here. Quite important. Yeah. So test series. So please solve the test series, guys, and mainly for the people who are giving in 2023, solve the test series as much as possible. Okay, along with this test series, you add PYQ also. Please solve it. In prelims, trust me, what the main or say the most important criteria in prelims is you should have the ability to eliminate the options. Okay, in order to eliminate the option, it's not much, nothing much to do with your knowledge base. So don't think that you need extraordinary knowledge to eliminate the options. Use logics to eliminate the options. Okay, so how do you learn those logics? By solving PYQs and these kind of test series. So don't worry. So start taking up any test series. Okay, these 36 test series and start solving it. Even if you haven't studied it, ठीक है यार, मतलब start solving it. So you'll get to know. So every test you'll learn new logics and apply those logics in the next test, and you'll improve your mark. That's the best way to improve your marks. Okay, so today we'll be taking up these 7 topics, quite important and important from prelims 2023 point of view. And here, yeah, the last 2 topics are important from mains perspective, and especially this flash drought. It's extremely or say super important, and since it's super important, the reason I put it in the last is many of you will leave the session by 10 o'clock, so don't do it. Okay, so attend the complete session. That's important. So yeah, let us start with the first one. Excess rainfall impacting wheat. So you would have seen, and that is somewhere in March. If you are living in say North India, you would have seen in March there was huge rainfall. Okay, somewhere mid March, from mid March till the end of March, you would have seen that almost daily rainfall. So what is the reason, and what was the impact of those rainfall? And the impact of those rainfall, we are seeing it in the first week of April. So what was the impact of those rainfall? If you see the newspapers, you will see that because of the heavy rainfall in the month of March, we had destructions of wheat crop. Understood? So first we'll take up step by step. So first we'll understand. I'll give the context. So in March month, there was huge rainfall along the North India. Because of this huge rainfall or say heavy rainfall, there was destruction of wheat crop. That is the context. Now we'll see, firstly we'll see why there was huge rainfall, say heavy rainfall in the March. That's the first thing we'll analyze. Next we'll analyze the characteristics of wheat crop. Only then you can relate that why there was a destruction of wheat crop because of rainfall. We'll go step by step. There are 3 layers. First we'll understand why there was rainfall in March. Second, we'll understand the characteristics of wheat, and then finally we'll link the rainfall with the characteristics of the wheat, so that we'll get to know why there was a crop loss in the wheat. Okay, why there was a wheat destruction of wheat crops. Firstly, so excess rainfall. So why there was excess rainfall in the month of March? So by now I think many of you would have studied say jet streams and western disturbance in your geography. If you haven't studied, I'll give a brief overview about what is western disturbance. And the reason for having say excess rainfall in March is western disturbance. So what is this western disturbance? So western disturbance is nothing but the upper tropospheric wind. Okay, upper tropospheric means so the wind which moves in the upper troposphere only. The wind doesn't come to the lower part of your atmosphere. It only moves in the upper troposphere. So one kind of upper tropospheric wind is called as western disturbance, and here it is driven by jet stream. So what happens in this western disturbance? So basically one jet stream from east, okay, that is okay, from here, that is from west, it moves towards east, that is from the Mediterranean Sea. This jet stream is nothing but in the upper troposphere, upper part of the atmosphere. This upper part of the from this upper part of the atmosphere, a jet stream moves towards India. See how it moves in the meandering shape. So when it moves towards India, it carries moisture from Mediterranean Sea, Caspian Sea, it carries moisture. When this moisture enters into India, what will happen? It will lead to the cloud formation, and then with cloud formation, what you'll have? You'll have rainfall. Simple concept of western disturbance. So whenever there is any moisture in the air, assume that this is the jet stream that is moving. So we'll keep this black one. So this is the jet stream that is moving. Jet stream or the western disturbance. The wind is called as western disturbance. The western disturbance wind is moving like this. When the western disturbance wind is moving, what it will do? It will carry the moisture from Mediterranean Sea or say Caspian Sea. The moisture will go. When it carries the moisture towards India, so when the moisture rises up, what will happen? When the moisture rises up, it will lead to the formation of clouds, and because there is a formation of clouds, we'll have condensation and then rainfall. Understood? The reason for having excessive rainfall in March is because of western disturbance or say severe western disturbance. So according to IMD or say Indian Meteorological Department, so in March there were 4 waves of western disturbance. So usually this is basically unusual thing. So when is the time period for western disturbance? When do we get this kind of western disturbance in general? So in general, the western disturbance starts somewhere in end of November and goes till almost till Feb. So but this time what happened? So the peak western disturbance, it's also known as Kendrew cycle. The peak western disturbance will be somewhere in Jan and Feb. So it will be some mid December, from mid December to mid February. You can keep that is the peak period where you will have a lot of western disturbance. That is the reason you will have winter rainfall in your northern India. But this year it was quite unusual. So what happened this year? In the month of March, there were 4 severe waves of western disturbance. And what it did, it carried a lot of moisture from Mediterranean Sea and Caspian Sea, and those moisture entered into the northern Indian plain. So when it enters into the northern Indian plain, what happened? It led to the formation of clouds like this, and because of this clouds, we had rainfall. Understood? This is the main reason for having excessive rainfall in March. I hope this is clear. Understood? Now we'll see the characteristics of your wheat. Only then we can relate why there was a crop loss in the wheat. Okay, why there was a wheat crop loss due to the rainfall. So what are the characteristics of wheat? So wheat is a staple crop in India. It is the one of the most important crop. Almost nearly per year we grow somewhere around 110 million tons of wheat. It is the second highest. The first highest is your paddy crop. So paddy crop is somewhere around 130 million tons per year. This is per year. This is paddy, this is wheat. So it's a very important crop, and since it's a staple food in the sense regularly we consume wheat, so it's a staple food and it's crucial for India's food security. Crucial, matlab very extremely important. Why it's extremely important? Because it's a staple food. It's not like your avocado or some fancy dragon fruit, etc., like where we have once in a while. It's a staple food and it's very important. If anything happens to wheat and rice, it is going to impact wheat crop and rice crop. It is going to impact the food security of India. That's why it has become an important news. So now let us consider the basic characteristics of a wheat crop. So wheat crop, where wheat can be grown. So wheat is grown in cool, humid condition for the majority of the growth season. See, this is the lifetime of, say, wheat crop. Initially the wheat crop will be like this, a very small saplings, and then this is the second stage of wheat crop where the wheat starts to grow. It is also called as a grain filling stage. Grain filling. So the grain starts to fill. Okay, it's called as grain filling stage. The grain starts to emerge, and the next one, last stage, it's called as a mature stage. So for majority of the period of wheat crop, say for the first two stages, the temperature should be cool. Okay, the overall atmospheric condition should be cool and humid. So if there is any increase in the temperature in this period, what will happen? So the crops will collapse, or say the output or the yield will collapse, or say the productivity or the quality of the wheat will be very poor. So in the initial two phases, we should have a cool and humid condition. So when do we have cool and humid condition? Summer. So when do we have cool and humid condition? So we have it in the winter. So since wheat is a winter crop, so what do we call it? What is the name for it? It is called as rabi. So wheat is grown in winter, so it is called as a rabi crop. It's not kharif. Okay, so when do we grow kharif crop? So kharif is grown during monsoon period, say some May to somewhere since September. So whatever the crops that is grown in between May to September, we call it as kharif, and in the winter, whatever crops which we grow in the winter, we call it as rabi crop. Understood? So this is the basic condition, of the basic condition to grow wheat, and then followed by, so initially in the first two stages of the wheat, you should have cool and humid climate, and in the last mature stage of the wheat, you should have dry climate. So when do we have this dry climate? Say somewhere around March, April. So somewhere around March and April, you will have this dry climate. So that is a period where you'll have this matured wheat where it is ready for harvest. This is the basic condition. But if you see in majority period, that is the first two stages, the temperature should be cool. So as a reason, the overall average temperature that is conducive for wheat is between somewhere between 20 to 25 degrees Celsius. And again, the rainfall should be somewhere by 75 to 100 centimeter rainfall. And sowing, when do we start growing? When do we sow wheat? Okay, we sow somewhere between mid November to mid December. That is the sweet spot, mid November to mid December. And then March. Okay, during March, what happens? During this period, the grain enters into the wheat filling stage. So what is this grain filling stage? The wheat enters into the grain filling stage. So that is this one. The grain starts to grow. So during March, and then in the April, so it is ready for harvest. So in the April, when the conditions are very dry, it is ready for harvest. This is a basic characteristics of wheat. So if I have to summarize, what's the basic characteristic of wheat? So basically, majority period of the wheat cultivation in the wheat crop, the temperature should be cool and humid. This is what you have to understand. Or say this and all technical terms, even if you don't know, it's totally fine. But you should know that wheat is a rabi crop, means it is grown in the winter season, and majority part of its cultivation period should be cool and humid. Understood? And the harvest, so this is the harvest is done in the dry condition, or say dry and warm condition. Understood? When do you have this dry and warm condition? Say end of March and say beginning, or say end of March and April. So this is the condition. So now let us see why there was a crop loss. Okay, why there was a crop loss in mainly in the Punjab Haryana belt, or say mainly in the northern belt. So due to the excessive rainfall. So what happened? So now we have seen. So there was excessive rainfall in March. So how this excessive rainfall led to the destruction of wheat crop? How did it happen? So if you see the IMD data in March, there was the rainfall was over 25% than the normal. Say suppose we were hypothetically we were supposed to get say 100 liter of rain, for hypothetical for your understanding. Suppose we were supposed to get say 100 liters of rainfall. This year in March we got 125 liters of rainfall. We got excess rainfall. So because of this excess rainfall, there was a destruction in the wheat crop. Now let us see why there was a destruction in the wheat crop. So what happened during this March? There was excessive rainfall. At the same time, there was strong wind, rain plus strong wind. So this was a deadly combination which led to the destruction of wheat crop. So what happened during March season? The grain filling, the wheat had entered into this grain filling stage. That is, the grains had started growing. When the grain starts growing into the wheat, in the wheat plant, the weight of the wheat plant already increases. So, and wheat plant is not like very strong. It doesn't have a strong stem to support such large amount of grain. So what happened during March? There was a grain filling. The weight of the plant already increased, and then we had heavy rainfall. What happened with the rainfall? The weight of the plant further increased, and then finally we had the strong wind. Because of the strong wind, all the crops collapsed. Understood? March, during the month of March, initially there was already grain filling had started. In the sense, the grains had started to grow. As a reason, the weight of the plant started increasing. On top of it, there was heavy rainfall. So because of the rainfall, the water stored in these grains, it again increased the weight. Again, on top of it, there was a strong wind. So because of the strong wind, what happened? All the crops, all the wheat plants fell down. And as a reason, it led to the destruction of wheat crop. Clear? So this is the reason why we had massive destruction of wheat crop in the month of March. Understood? Yeah. Next one, what are the impacts? What are the impacts of wheat crop or destruction of wheat crop? What can be the impacts? See, first one, so the main important one is there is a decline in the production of wheat. So usually on an average, we grow somewhere around 110 million tons of wheat. This year, the projected, because of this massive crop loss in the month of March, it is projected that we'll grow anywhere less than 110, anywhere less than the national average of the wheat. So again, decline in the production of the wheat. And secondly, it is also going to impact the quality of the wheat harvest. Since what happened during this grain filling stage, during this grain filling stage, what happened? The water entered into this grains. At the same time, many of the wheat plants fell down. So as a reason, what happens? The quality of the wheat harvest will also reduce. And next one, exports. Exports are not allowed now. So earlier, even in the last year also, because last year we had drought. Because of drought, there was a decline in the wheat production. So we had stopped exports. Now this year also we have stopped exports. Why have we stopped exports? Because domestic consumption of wheat is very high. So if we export the wheat, what will happen? The price of the wheat in India will rise up. So as a reason, even this year there is a ban on wheat export. Understood? Since there is a decline in the wheat production, whatever wheat that is being produced in India, we cannot export it. If we export it, say assume that there is 100 kg of wheat that is produced. So if we export say 40 kg of wheat, so we'll have just 60 kg of wheat. Already this 100 kg of wheat is very less for India, and on top of it, even this we export it, we'll have furthermore scarcity of wheat. So what will happen? The price of the wheat will go high. So in order to avoid that, the government has not allowed exports. There's an export ban on wheat. Again, next one is it may cause domestic wheat and wheat-based product. That is, the price rise in the wheat and wheat-based product. Why there will be a price rise? Because the production is low. There's a gap between supply and demand. The demand is very high, the supply is low. Why the supply is low? Because of the wheat loss. Okay, that is a crop loss because of this excess rainfall. That is the next point. And the final point is it could lead to serious food security crisis. So how there's a food security crisis? Wheat is a staple crop. Majority of the people have wheat as their daily diet, in their daily diet. So what happens? So when there's a decline in the production of the wheat, so it can impact the food security also. Clear? So these are the important points. Clear? Any doubt over here? Can we okay? Yeah. Any doubts? Any doubts? Ritu, how many tons declined? No, yeah. How many tons declined? We'll get to know only after the harvest season. After the complete harvest season, we'll get to know. Clear? Okay. Next one. So what should we do? What should we do? See, UN has told that on this issue, on that is the unusual rainfall in the March, UN, that is UN Climate Authority, they have commented that this is the new norm. Okay, why there was excessive rainfall? Why there was an unusual western disturbance in the month of March? It was never happening. That was not a normal condition. It was an unusual condition. So the UN authority has told that, UN Climate Authority has told that this is the new normal for the in the period of climate change. This happened because of climate change, and it is the new normal. So the best way is we need to adapt to these changes. So how should we adapt to these changes? So there are various measures of adaptation strategy, but the UN Climate Authority has clearly told that this is a new normal. It is going to happen like this. We need to adapt to this. So what is the main reason for having excessive rainfall in the month of March? UN Climate Authority has told that it is because of climate change. Clear? Yeah. So UN Climate Authority has told that we need to have a robust compensation measures. See, many agricultural crops have got destroyed. So if there is no crop proper compensation measures, what will happen? It is the farmers who is going to get affected. So UN Climate Authority has told that we need to have a robust compensation measures. At the same time, we should have a proper adaptation strategy for the farmers. See, this is a new norm, that is, we'll have unusual rainfall. So either it will be a delayed rainfall or excessive rainfall. The rainfall pattern is going to be unusual. So we have to adapt for it. So what are the adaptation strategies that is available for the farmers? So there are various adaptation strategies. The first one is enhanced irrigation facility. So we should promote the irrigation facility. Even today nearly 55 to 60% of Indian farmers depend on rainfall for irrigation. Even today, so okay, that is almost 55 to 60% of Indian farmers depend on rainfall for their irrigation. Don't compare with Punjab and Haryana, Western UP farmers. Those for their the borewell system, the canal systems are well developed. I'm talking about in pan India, 55 to 60% of farmers are still dependent on rain. So now that the rainfall pattern is going to be erratic, so it is better we focus on enhancing the irrigation facility. If we enhance the irrigation facility, the farmer will not depend on the rain. So again, what is happening? It is one adaptation strategy. I, as a farmer, I am depending on the rain. Now if the government provides me irrigation facility, I will adapt to the changes in the rain pattern. I will not depend on the rain pattern. Now I will depend only on my irrigation facility. This is one adaptation strategy. Next one is soil and water conservation. We know that, see, what is rainfall? Rainfall is water. So water is going to be, that is, the rainfall is going to be erratic. Matlab, there is no time, no pattern at all. So what is the best thing we have to do it? I, as a farmer, I should conserve the water. If I conserve the water, say using check dams or groundwater recharge, etc., there are various conservation mechanisms. If I, as a farmer, conserve water in my land, my dependency on this erratic rainfall gets reduced. So what am I doing? I'm adapting to the changes in the rainfall pattern. So this is the next one, that is the soil and water conservation. Next one is better early warning early warning system. So what is happening? see, if you go and see the report of IMD, so IMD report say that even in the month of, see here, if you see, this is IMD's report. So IMD said that, so even in the month of, that is, this is February, in the month of February there was less rainfall. IMD also told that in the month of March, Indian Meteorological Department told that in the month of March also the rainfall will be very less. This is what IMD told in the month of February. So, but what happened in March? We had excessive rainfall. There was poor forecasting. That is, we couldn't predict it. So, what is the adaptation strategy? So, better early warning system should be set up. That is, there should be proper better early warning system so that we can easily predict the erratic rainfall pattern, and based on that we can adapt. So this is the thing, these are the adaptation strategies. And next one is, we need to promote crop insurance. So if we promote crop insurance, even if there is a major crop loss, the burden will not fall, but the burden will not fall on the farmers who is very poor, so he or she cannot withstand such a major loss. So we need to promote crop insurance. So these are some of the way aheads in order to tackle these kind of erratic rainfalls. Understood? Yeah, IMD matlab Indian Meteorological Department. Yeah, Abhishek, how irrigation helps to save, okay, water. See how irrigation. See here, don't. That's what, as I told you, don't consider Punjab farmers, Punjab Haryana farmers. Okay, Punjab Haryana and Western UP. There we have very good canal system. They don't depend on rainfall. So this time in March, had there been no rainfall also, there would not be a major drawback, because they have good canal system, borewell, everything is there. But since there was excessive rainfall, the farmers in Punjab Haryana, they suffered. But in rest part of India, almost say 55 to 60% of farmers, they don't have irrigation facility in the sense, they don't have borewell, they don't have say drip irrigation, they don't have canal irrigation, nothing. They just depend on rainfall. Say if you see in the central India, so majority of the farmers are dependent on the rainfall. They in the during the first monsoon rainfall, during the first rainfall, what they do, they sow seeds and they wait for the rainfall. So once there's a rainfall, what will happen, the seeds will start to grow. Okay, so it happens like this. So it's completely, so now that the rainfall pattern is completely erratic, so what will happen, the farmers cannot rely on the rainfall. Say today I'll sow my groundnut seeds. So what will happen, tomorrow there is heavy rainfall, so what will happen, so all my seeds will get harvested up. So today I will sow my groundnut seeds, and for next 2 weeks there is no rainfall at all. So what will happen, the seeds will get wasted. So what is the best appropriate method to adapt for this erratic rainfall? I should have my own irrigation system. If I have my own irrigation system, my dependency on the rainfall will reduce. Understood? This is your adaptation strategy. Understood? Clear? Yeah, everything. Yeah, Shiva, it is similar to paddy. Next one, please take up this MCQ. Yeah, good dear. 80% right. Nice. Okay, next let us take this new the recently it was in news. This is one important scheme. Okay, Vibrant Village program. Mainly for 2023 guys, for the prelims. Focus here. So what is this Vibrant Village program? Kuch rocket science nahi hai. It's very simple. Vibrant Village program. So basically it is a central funded, that is central government funded scheme. Okay, that is, it's known as centrally sponsored scheme. So what it does is, so when was it announced? It was announced in last year's budget. So in the previous year's budget it was announced. So what is the reason for launching this scheme? So why did government launch this scheme? So the main reason is, so there was one parliamentary standing committee. So what this parliamentary standing committee, what they did, they analyzed all this border region, and they found out that along the border areas we don't have adequate development. There are no facilities, no healthcare, education, roads, nothing is there. So this, along the border areas, this border areas lacks development. There is a huge deficit of development along the border areas. Who found it out? It was reported by the parliamentary standing committee. One committee in the parliament reported that we don't have adequate development in the border area. This is the first reason for having this program, that is Vibrant Village program. And the next one is, there was huge out migration, that is from the border, from the border region there was huge out migration in the sense, from the border they will either go to Delhi or Lucknow or any of the important cities for employment. There was huge out migration. And third one is security issues. Since people are not very much happy over there, or since there's no proper job security, that causes a security issues, because they can be easily funded by the cross-border terrorism. So these are the reasons. So what is this Vibrant Village program? Simple, very simple. Basically, under this program we plan to develop the villages along the border area. That is the simple concept. We'll go into detail later on, but understand this. Vibrant Village program means only along the border area. I'll tell you which border area, but as of now just understand this. Only along the border area we'll find out, the government will identify few villages where there is a development deficit, or say lack of development. In those villages we will implement the schemes. Understood? So what is the reason for launching the scheme? The reason is, one is parliamentary standing committee told that there is no development at all along the village, along the border area. Next one is, the government witnessed that there's a huge out migration from the border areas. There are many, if you go near say Himachal and Uttarakhand, there are some villages called as ghost villages. In the sense, there are no one living there, everyone have out migrated. Why everyone have come out of the village? There is no development in that village, or there is no job opportunity, no school, no education facility, etc. So as a reason, people have out migrated. And next one is, because of these reasons it can also cause security issues. So in order to address all these reasons, the government rolled out this scheme, that is Vibrant Village program. What does it do? Basically, it's going to develop the villages along the border area. Understood? And it is a centrally sponsored scheme. So centrally sponsored scheme. So what are the aims? So what is the aim of the scheme? Aim is basically to development of the communities along the northern borders. So northern borders here, not in entire border. So basically government has selected Arunachal Pradesh, against Sikkim, here Uttarakhand, Himachal and Ladakh. So there are 4 states, 1 UT. This is Ladakh, your Himachal Pradesh, your Uttarakhand, Sikkim and Arunachal Pradesh. Assam is not included in this one. Don't get confused. Assam is not there. Only the 4 states, Arunachal, Sikkim, Uttarakhand and Himachal. And the last one is UT, that is your Ladakh. So in these 4 states and 1 UT, the government will select the borders, which are border villages, wherever there's a huge deficit in development. In those villages, the government will implement some developmental programs. That is the agenda. So next one is, enhance the quality of life. This is one aim, that is enhance the quality of life and ensure that there is inclusive growth. So what's happening, if you go take up Himachal and Uttarakhand as example, along the border state there are no development at all. No development in the sense, very little development. There are no adequate roads, no proper infrastructure, education, health facility. But whereas if you come down south, that is down south in Himachal and West Uttarakhand, you will have good development. So there's no inclusive growth within the state only. One part of the state is least developed, the other part of the state is more developed. So there is no inclusive growth. In order to promote the inclusive growth, this program is rolled out, that is Vibrant Village program. So what do we do here? So how does this program work? So here basically it's a centrally sponsored scheme, means union government will fund this scheme, and state and the district state government and your district administration will implement it. The funding will come from the union government. So what do they do? So here, so the program will focus on activities, that is in order to construct the infrastructures say like road, bridges, other infrastructures. So this is your infrastructure facilities, this is for your infrastructure facilities. And next one, it will focus on civic structure, so it's a civic facility. This is your civic facility, civic. So what are the civic facilities? Civic facilities, basic civic facilities, that is your drinking water, sanitation, providing electricity, ensuring that there's education and health facility, etc. These are your basic civic facilities is also provided under through this program. Where it is provided? The border villages. Understood? And who identifies this border villages? Government will identify the border villages, and the program will be implemented by the state government and the local district administration. They will implement it. And then finally you will have this economic opportunities. Economic opportunities. So what is economic opportunity? Promotion of agriculture and horticulture. Next one is development of tourism and creation of employment opportunities. So the government under this program, it is focusing in a holistic manner. Basically it is focusing on providing infrastructure by constructing road, bridges and other infrastructures. And secondly, it is providing all the civic communities, the basic civic communities, drinking water, your electricity, education, health, and all the civic communities it is focusing. And next one, it is also focusing on the economic opportunities, that is promoting agriculture, horticulture, tourism, and creating more other job opportunities. So these are the areas in which the government will focus on under this program. Understood? Clear? Yeah. So take up this. Yeah, good. Yeah, see, coastal, it's not coastal area, it's only the northern part. Okay, that is the Tibet border, China Tibet border. This one, only this part. And here Assam is not there. So make sure that you remember this. Assam is not there. Only Arunachal, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, Himachal, and Ladakh. Okay, next one coming to Jupiter. Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer. It's quite important, mainly for 2023 prelims, guys. In UPSC, if you take up any previous year questions, PYQs of prelims, so usually mainly in science and tech, they focus on, in science and tech, it's either space or biotech or bouncer question. Anything they can ask. Okay, usually they focus on space or biotech. These are like standard topics, the questions do get repeated, so don't worry about the bouncer topics. So forget this, focus on space and biotech. So as a reason, this Jupiter Icy Moon Explorer is important from 2023 people, and that doesn't mean that you start doing a PhD in it. Nahi chahiye, not required. Okay, so basically don't overcomplicate this preparation, man. have a basic idea. Just know that in which area you got to focus on and how much you should learn. And it's no rocket science. Take up previous year questions, go through it, you'll get to know which area UPSC is asking a lot of questions. Understood? So this is the thing. Again here, don't do a PhD in it. So have a basic idea. And in prelims, the answer will be in front of you. So if you have a basic idea on these topics, you can easily score here. Okay. See, at the end of the day in prelims, once you come out of the exam hall and you mark one right answer, assume that option, this is the question and the option is A, and you mark it, no one will come and ask you to explain why did you mark A. So basically, even if you have marked A, that's fine. Even with some guesswork, some vague understanding of it, even if you mark answer as A, that's more than sufficient. Understood? So don't waste a lot of time in prelims. Okay. Yeah, so let us consider take up this topic, that is Jupiter Ice Moon Explorer. The short form, the ESA is your European Space Agency. The short form for this mission is called as JUICE. Okay, JUICE. So this is a mission. So what does this mission, that is a JUICE mission, do? So basically this JUICE mission is sent to Jupiter. Understood? So who sent it? ESA. ESA is your European Space Agency, quite important from 2023. So please focus here. So this is a JUICE mission and it was sent to Jupiter, sent by ESA, that is European Space Agency. So every space agency, just know this basics, every space agency will have some agenda for say in the next 5 years we have to find out this, or in the next 10 years we have to find out this. Every space agency will have some agenda. Similarly, European Space Agency has some agenda called as European Space Agency Cosmic Vision. So what is this Cosmic Vision? Is their agenda for between 2015 to 2025. Between 2015 to 2025, European Space Agency will focus on this agenda, some agenda called as Cosmic Vision. So what is there in this Cosmic Vision agenda of European Space Agency? So first one is, what are the conditions for the planet's creation? This is the first thing. So what are the basic conditions that are required to create the planet? And don't tell me that we already know. Yeah, we don't even know 0.01% of this entire universe. Whatever knowledge we have today, that's not even 0.01% knowledge to understand this entire universe. So there are many theories on how the planets are formed. So in order to understand how the planets are created, this is one agenda of European Space Agency. And next one, to learn how the emergence of life, like how the life gets started on a planet, that is their second agenda. And the third agenda is how solar system operates. Understood? So these are the three broad agendas which European Space Agency has between 2015 to 2025. In order to fulfill this agenda, JUICE mission was launched. Jupiter. So that is your why Jupiter? See, for all practical reasons, solar system and universe is a very big thing. So we cannot explore everything. And again here, Jupiter is such a big planet, we consider Jupiter as to be a miniature solar system. So Jupiter is a big planet and it has somewhere around 93 to 100 moons. So it's a big planet in itself, and the moons revolving around the Jupiter, the entire Jovian system is nothing but the Jupiter system. We consider it to be one miniature solar system. So rather than studying the entire solar system, if we study this Jupiter's Jovian system, or say the Jupiter's system, we can get to know we can have a good idea about entire solar system. That is the reason why your NASA, your the ESA, European Space Agency, everyone are interested in studying Jupiter. There's no other special thing in Jupiter. If we study the Jupiter, we can get to know more about the solar system. Rather than studying the entire solar system, we'll study Jupiter. Jupiter in itself is such a big system because it's kind of a miniature, so it acts like a miniature solar system. So this is a basic thing. Understood? So this is the basic agenda of your European Space Agency. That is how planets are formed, how life gets emerged. So what's the chances of having life in any planet? And next one is how solar system works. These are the three agendas. In order to find out this agenda, JUICE mission was launched by ESA. So what is there in JUICE mission? We'll come to this in detail. So basically in JUICE mission, so what it does is it is going to investigate. So two agendas are there in JUICE mission. One agenda is it is going to investigate the moons of JUICE mission. So what is there are three moons of JUICE. Sorry, three moons of Jupiter. This JUICE mission has two agendas. One agenda is investigate the moons of Jupiter. Next one is study the entire Jovian system, or say study the entire Jupiter system. If I study the Jupiter system, I will get to know how solar system works. So that is the reason. That's the reason why we are studying Jupiter system. So what it does is, the first agenda is it's going to investigate the moons of the Jupiter. So here the system has selected three big moons. That is, one is your Ganymede, Callisto, and next one is Europa. So these are the three moons of Jupiter that this JUICE mission will study. And after studying, it will analyze that whether life exists over in this moon or not. Understood? So this is the thing. And next agenda is it is going to study the entire Jovian system. Jovian system is also known as, that is Jovian system. So Jovian system is nothing but the entire Jupiter system. Jupiter along with all its moons, we call it as Jovian system. It is going to analyze the Jovian system. So these are the two agendas of this JUICE mission. Clear? Any doubt? Yeah, Jovian, Shunya, Jovian means Jupiter. Jupiter, enter Jupiter system. Clear? Misbah, as of now, we have identified 93 moons of Jupiter. As of now. Icy moon. Yeah, icy moon matlab, the moon is not like how our moon is rocky. It is filled with rock. Jupiter's moon is filled with ice. So it's called as icy moon. Why these three moons? Because these are the three biggest moons of Jupiter. Kirubagar, what's the outcome? Nahi yaar, recently it was launched. It will take multiple years to reach Jupiter. Clear? Yeah. So the JUICE mission was by ESA, and NASA has also two missions for Jupiter. One, it is called as Galileo, and the next one is Juno. Again, Juno question had come in mains also. So Jupiter space related things are important from both prelims and mains point of view. Clear? So these are the missions of NASA, that is Galileo and Juno. Understood? Yeah. Good. Yeah, this is ESA, European Space Agency. Okay, nice. Yeah, this is quite important from both prelims and mains perspective. Just take a PDF of your prelims question and just type current, or say ocean current. See how many questions they have asked on ocean current. Take the PDF of your all the mains questions and just type ocean current. Ocean current was asked in 2018, 2019. I'm talking about mains. From mains point of view also it's extremely important. From prelims point of view also it's extremely important. Ocean current. UPSC is obsessed with ocean current. They keep asking on ocean current. On top of it, UPSC is also obsessed on climate change. This topic deals with both climate change and ocean current. So please focus over here. Okay? Yeah. So rising Antarctic ice melt will slow global ocean flow. We'll not directly jump into the topic. We'll go step by step. So first we'll understand what Antarctic ice sheet is. Then we'll understand what ocean current is. Then we'll see the recent research. So this is the recent research. So the recent research that was published in the journal called as Nature. In this journal, they told that the research found out that there is a Antarctic ice are melting. So because of this melting of Antarctic ice, it is going to impact the ocean current. Understood? This was the research that was given in the Nature, and the journal name is Nature. So you need not memorize all this, man. No. Just have a basic idea like how things work in the ocean current and how climate change is impacting the ocean current. Clear? So before going in details regarding the research, first we'll see the basics of Antarctic ice, what this Antarctic ice is, and next we'll understand what this ocean current is, and next we'll see how melting of ice is going to impact the ocean current and what is being told in the research, and finally we'll see what can be done to manage this one. Clear? So we'll see. So what is this Antarctic ice sheet? See, Antarctic ice sheet is nothing but, so where do we have Antarctic ice sheets? North Pole, South Pole, where? North or South? Antarctic. South Pole, man. Okay. So this is your Antarctic. It's in your South Pole. So in South Pole, Antarctic is nothing but a ice sheets. Okay, what is this ice sheets? It's a massive block of ice. Okay, it's a huge block of ice. Sometimes this block of ice will be in kilometers. So if you see the vertical cross section, some part of the ice are somewhere around 4 to 5 kilometers size. The thickness of the ice is somewhere around 4 to 5 kilometers also. So it's a massive blocks of ice that is in the South Pole. We call that as Antarctic ice sheets. Clear? So another interesting thing is 70% of world's fresh water, 70% of world's fresh water is in this Antarctic ice sheets. If assume that if there's 100 liters of fresh water, 70 liters of fresh water is captured in this Antarctic ice sheet only. Remaining 30% of the fresh water is spread across the world. Understood? So that is how important Antarctic ice sheet is. So it's a basically ice of huge blocks of ice, and this is your Antarctic ice sheet. Now what is happening is this ice sheet is melting because of global warming. We'll come to it. Before that, we'll understand what is your ocean current, or say ocean circulation. So what is this ocean circulation or ocean current? You would have studied, right, in your geography. So what is this ocean current? So what are the kinds of ocean current? Broadly two types of ocean current. What are the kinds of ocean current? So one is, I think this is the famous one. So everyone would know this. So the surface current, the Gulf Stream, this is your Gulf Stream, your North Atlantic Drift, your equatorial current, the current which flows on the surface. If you see here, you can, the vertical cross section of the vertical cross section of the ocean, the current which flows in the first 1000 meters. So this is the first 1000 meter from 0 to 1000. So this 1000 meters, that is the current which flows in the top layer of the ocean, we call it a surface circulation. And whatever the currents which you know, that is your Gulf Stream, North Atlantic Drift, these are all your surface current. It flows on the surface of the ocean. The ocean is a water system whose depth varies from, so whose depth can go up till say 11 kilometers also. 11 kilometers deep. The first 1 kilometer, whatever the current that flows in the first 1 kilometer, we call it as surface current. And the current, that doesn't mean that the bottom part of the ocean is completely stable. No, even in the bottom part of the ocean also there is current, but however this current moves at a slow pace, creeping pace. It is not as fast as your surface current. The surface current moves quickly, whereas your bottom, that is the deep circulation, or the current which is in the bottom part of the ocean, moves very slowly. Okay, but however your bottom part of the ocean also has current, and this current we call it as deep ocean current, or say deep circulation. So the top one we call it a surface current, or say whatever current which you would have read, that is your Gulf Stream, North Atlantic Drift. These are your surface current, and there's something called as a deep current. So example is thermohaline current. What is this? Thermohaline current. Thermohaline current is your deep current. Deep current matlab it flows near the bottom surface of the ocean. It is not at the surface. So the surface current is your North Atlantic Drift, the Canaries current. So these are your surface current. Now we are more interested in this one, that is thermohaline current or the deep current. Guys, everyone understood this? Quite important here. It's understood, no? Understood. A lot of questions are getting getting reflected from this ocean current. Understood, right? So please focus on thermohaline current. For this topic, the research deals with whatever the research which this newspaper has given. This article deals with this current, thermohaline current. Because of the melting of ice, there is modification in the thermohaline current or the deep current. Okay, not the surface current. Surface current also has some modification, but the research has focused on this deep current. Okay, have some basic idea about deep current. So deep, simple here, deep current matlab the ocean current which is below 1000 meters. Any ocean current which is below 1000 meters from the surface, we call it as deep current. Okay, don't think that we have just only surface current, that is your Gulf Stream, say Canaries current, equatorial current. Don't think that this is the only current that is available. This current flows at the surface area of the ocean. Beneath the ocean also there is one current that is moving, but this current, the deep current, is very slow. It moves at the creeping phase. Okay, it's not as fast as your surface current. But know this fact that below the ocean, that is at the deeper layers of the ocean also, there is a current. This current is known as deep current. The research deals with this current, and the name for this one is thermohaline current. Okay, so we'll not go too much in detail regarding thermohaline current, because that will take another 2 hours to explain what is the mechanism for thermohaline current. Just know the fact that like how you have surface current, we have thermohaline current also. That's at the deeper level. Next one. Now, before taking up before going to the findings of the research, we will see what are the importance of ocean current, why ocean current is important. So the first important thing is it acts as a global heat exchange. Please see the word heat exchange. Global level, it acts as a heat exchange. What is heat exchange? What is heat exchange? Heat exchange means taking the heat, okay, that is transferring of heat from one place, from the higher place to the lower place. So that is your heat exchange. So if you see the earth and sun, if you link earth and sun, where do you get a lot of solar, high amount of solar insolation? Where do you get high amount of solar insolation? Tropics or polar? Obviously tropics. So it is tropics. So what happens? The heat from the tropics goes to the pole. Clear, right? How the heat from the tropics, the sun rays, the majority of the sun rays strikes the tropical region. The heat from the tropical region goes towards the pole. How it goes? So one way it goes is through ocean current. The ocean current carries the heat from the tropics, goes to the pole, and the cold water comes from the pole and enters into the tropic. So what is happening? There is heat exchange at the global level. At the entire earth level, there's a heat exchange. That is the heat, the heat from the tropics goes into the poles, and then the cold water comes to the tropics. So as a reason, overall the temperature is maintained. So if there was no ocean circulation, what will happen? The tropic area will get more hotter, the polar area will become more cooler. So it is because of the ocean current, the excess heat from the tropic area is carried to the pole, and the cold water is brought back to the your tropical region. Understood? It acts as a global heat exchange. Next one is, your ocean, and the ocean current is very important for carbon sequestration. What is this carbon sequestration? No rocket science, very important word from prelims point of view. Carbon sequestration matlab absorbing of carbon. Don't worry about this word sequestration. In simple English, basically absorbing of carbon, we call it as carbon sequestration. And what is this carbon? Carbon dioxide. So we are dealing with carbon dioxide. So what is this carbon dioxide? Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. So carbon dioxide will trap this, assume that this is a carbon dioxide molecule. This carbon dioxide molecule will trap heat. So what will happen if the carbon dioxide, assume that in this room there are 10 carbon dioxide molecule. So assume that this is the carbon dioxide molecule. There are 10 carbon dioxide molecule in this room, hypothetical example. So because of this 10 carbon dioxide molecule, the temperature of this room is 24 degrees Celsius. Now what I do is, I'll remove say 3 carbon dioxide molecule. So what will happen? Now there will be only 7 carbon dioxide molecule in this room. So what will happen? The temperature will come down. Earth's, in this room, the temperature was 24 degrees Celsius because of carbon dioxide molecule. And why carbon dioxide molecule? Carbon dioxide molecule traps the heat within itself. If it traps the heat within itself, the temperature of the surrounding will increase. Understood? Basics of carbon dioxide molecule, or say basics of greenhouse gas. So in ocean current, what happens is, whenever the ocean current moves, what will happen? The carbon molecules from the atmosphere enters into the ocean. So what will happen? This carbon dioxide molecule will move, and the fresh water will rise up. Fresh water from the ocean will rise up, and this fresh water from the ocean will also rise up, and this will absorb more carbon dioxide. So what is happening? The cycle of, so if fresh water will come up, it will absorb more carbon dioxide and go. Another set of fresh water will come from the bottom, absorb carbon dioxide and move. So what is happening? The overall, there is carbon sequestration that is taking place. So had there assume that there was no ocean water circulation, or say ocean current, what will happen? The water over here will absorb carbon dioxide and it will get saturated. The water will not move. So what will happen? No carbon sequestration. This water should move, and some water from the bottom should rise up. And when the water from the bottom rises up, so again that water will also absorb carbon dioxide. So when we absorb carbon dioxide, say when the water absorbs carbon dioxide, there will be carbon sequestration, and it is going to maintain the temperature of the earth. If I don't absorb if the ocean doesn't absorb carbon dioxide, again the overall temperature of the earth will increase. So this is your carbon sequestration. Next one is importance of ocean. Next one is in nutrients. So whenever there is a ocean current, what will happen? Assume that this is the water. The water moves like this. So if the water moves like this, what will happen? Some water from the bottom will come up. So when the water, see, all the nutrients will be deposited on the floor of the ocean. So all the important nutrients will be deposited on the floor of the ocean. Because of the ocean current, what will happen? If this ocean current moves, here we'll have some space. It will be filled by some bottom water. So the water will come from the bottom. When the water comes from the bottom, what will happen? It will bring more nutrients to the surface area. So since it brings more nutrients to the surface area from the bottom, all your phytoplanktons and fishes will start growing. Again, The ocean current is extremely important for the ecosystem, that is all your fishes, phytoplanktons, etc. in the ocean. Without ocean current, the nutrients from the floor of the ocean will not rise up. How will the nutrient rise up from the floor of the ocean? How does the nutrient from the floor of the ocean come to the surface? It is because of the ocean current. The ocean current will bring the nutrients from the floor to the surface, and because of this, your phytoplanktons and your fishes can survive at the surface area. Understood? So these are your importance of your ocean current. Clear? Any doubt in this one? Ocean current is quite important here. If there's any doubt, let me know. What is phytoplankton? Yeah, phytoplankton matlab, see, you have plants on the terrestrial region. Terrestrial matlab land. Whatever plants are there, the counterpart of plants in ocean, we call it as phytoplanktons. How carbon dioxide absorbs? Okay, see, Divya, see how ocean absorbs carbon dioxide. No, it's not that ocean is going to trap it. If there is carbon dioxide molecule over here, so this is your ocean, the molecules will there will be exchange of molecules. Some molecule of carbon dioxide from the water will also go up. Some molecule of the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere will also come up, enter into the water. This is a natural process. So there will be exchange of water molecules, exchange of all the gases. So oxygen, some amount of oxygen from water will also go up, some amount of oxygen from air will also enter into the water. So this exchange of gases, this is a normal procedure. Understood? Lekha, explain the nutrient point. See here, Lekha, see all the nutrients. See, okay, I'll tell you how nutrients are formed in the floor of the ocean. So this is one fish. Assume that this fish died. So what will happen? This fish, the dead fish will come and get deposited. We know that the organic matter are nutrients. Like how your compost, whatever the kitchen waste you have, that becomes a nutrient for plants. Similarly, the dead fish and other things, where it will go and get deposited on the floor, on the floor. How your waste particles will get deposited on the land, or so your kitchen waste, similarly all the waste will go and get deposited on the floor of the ocean. Now assume that here there is one ocean current. This is one ocean current. Say when this ocean current moves like this, what will happen to this space? Assume that this is space A and this is space B. Okay, point A to point B. The water from point A moves towards point B. Now what will happen to the space? Some space will be created, right? Some water should come and fill this space. So what will happen? The water from the bottom will come to fill this point A, that is the space A. So when the water from the bottom comes to fill this space, what will happen? It is going to bring the nutrients of your dead organisms, nutrient and minerals that was naturally found in the rocks. So those nutrients and minerals will be brought to the surface. So since it's brought to the surface, your phytoplanktons are nothing but tiny, assume that it's kind of a tiny plants of the aquatic region. So that those thrives, and all your fishes, etc., thrive on these nutrients. Understood? Yeah. Clear? Got it? Yeah. So these are the importance of okay. Now let us come to the findings in the research. What does the research tell? So basically the research has told that if we don't stop the burning of fossil fuel, that is the combustion of fossil fuel, there is going to be a lot of emission, and because of this emission there will be global warming, and because of that global warming there will be melting of ice, and because of the melting of ice we will have the thermohaline current will reduce by the thermohaline current will reduce by 40% by 2050. So the report says that if we don't stop the emission, that is the burning of fossil fuel, the impact this is going to lead to global warming. So because of global warming we will have melting of ice. So because of this melting of ice, the deep ocean current, or so this is your deep ocean current will get reduced by 40%. 40%, it will get reduced by 40%. Understood? So this is the findings. Clear? Got it? I'll again repeat it. The research says that because of the fossil fuel burning, it is leading to global warming, and this global warming is leading to melting up of ice, and that melting up of ice will reduce the deep ocean current or the thermohaline current by 40% before 2050. So this is the findings, and at the same time the research says that this level of decline in the thermohaline current or the deep ocean current has never happened in the geological history of Earth. It is not that the ocean current will always move in the same pattern. The ocean current also changes naturally. The direction of the ocean current also changes naturally, but however it's a gradual process. It takes millions of years for the ocean current's direction to change, or say the for any, say in terms of quantity or in terms of direction to change, it takes millions of years. It takes multiple geological history to change. But whereas the report says that the degree to which this thermohaline current is changing is unprecedented. Never it has happened in the geological history. So it is happening because of the global warming, and if we don't stop this global warming by 2040, 40% of your deep ocean current or say thermohaline current will be decreased. This is what the report is telling. Understood? Clear? Yeah. So, and again the report says that what are the impacts of this, because what will be the impacts because of this. So the report says that there will be further devastating impact on the world climate. See what is happening. So I think everyone understood this one, right? Carbon sequestration. If the water doesn't move, the carbon sequestration will be very less. Say assume that in this room, see here, understand this basic concept of greenhouse gas. In this room, the temperature of this room is 24 degrees Celsius. Why there is 24 degrees Celsius? Hypothetically speaking, there are 10 carbon dioxide molecule, and we know that this carbon dioxide molecule traps the heat. Because of the heat in this 10 carbon dioxide molecule, I have 24 degrees Celsius. So what is happening? So this 24 degrees Celsius, if I assume that every time there is one carbon molecule coming in and I have to eliminate one carbon molecule, only then this room will have 24 carbon dioxide, 24 degrees Celsius. If I don't eliminate the carbon dioxide from this room, what will happen? And I start I'll burn fossil fuel. So here I'll burn coal. Coal is one fossil fuel. I'll burn coal. Already in this room I have 10 carbon dioxide molecule. Because of this 10 carbon dioxide molecule, the temperature is 24 degrees Celsius. Why 24 degrees Celsius? Carbon dioxide molecule traps the heat. Because of that heat in the carbon dioxide molecule, I have 24 degrees Celsius. So now I start burning coal. Coal will produce more carbon dioxide molecule. So assume that coal is going to produce more carbon dioxide molecule. So if I don't remove the excess carbon dioxide molecule, the temperature of this room will further increase. Now link this concept with ocean current. If the ocean current doesn't take place, if the ocean current doesn't move, what will happen? new water will not come to the surface to absorb the carbon dioxide. Already whatever the water is there, that would have absorbed the carbon dioxide and got saturated. So if there is no ocean current, new water will not come from the bottom to absorb carbon dioxide, and we keep burning fossil fuel. So what will happen? The CO2, overall CO2 in the world will increase, and that will further lead to global warming. Understood? So the report says that because of decline in the ocean current, it will further lead to global warming. Again, it is going to cause melting of ice. Again, melting of ice will again lead to decline in the ocean current. Decline in the ocean current will again cause global warming. We'll get trapped into this cycle. Next one is, it impacts the global ocean current. How it impacts the global ocean current? How melting of ice is going to impact the deep, that is your deep water, deep ocean current. Please focus over here. See, I have this basic idea. Salt water. So what is salt water? Salt water and fresh water. So which water is more dense? Salt water or fresh water? Density. So density matlab higher density, it will go sink down. Okay, so assume that this is a water bottle. I put one rock over here. The rock comes to the bottom. Why rock comes to the bottom? The density of the rock is more than the water. As a reason, the rock comes down. Similarly, if this is, assume that there is fresh water in this bottle, I add some salt water. The salt water will come to the bottom. Why? Salt water, it is more dense than the fresh water. As a reason, the salt water will come to the bottom. Similarly, see if you had fresh water and salt water, at the bottom will have salt water, because salt water is more dense, because it will have more minerals. So as a reason, it's going to come down. Understood? This is the basics. Now understand this. Whenever there's a melting of ice, what did we see? Antarctic ice sheet has 70% of world's fresh water, and your ocean is salt water. Understood? This is 70% of fresh water. Ice cube is fresh water, and it is surrounded by ocean. This is salt water, saline water. This is your fresh water. Now what is happening due to the melting of ice? Why the Antarctic is melting? Global warming. Because of global warming, there is melting up of ice. So if there is melting up of ice, what is happening? Fresh water will come up. Now fresh water will be released. So if the fresh water is released, will the fresh water sink below the ocean saline water? Will it go? See, this is your fresh water. This is, red one is your fresh water, so blue one is your salt water. If there is fresh water over salt water, this fresh water will not sink down, because the density is less. So as a reason, what is happening? So earlier, say before the melting up of your Antarctic, assume that earlier there were, say, 4 liters of water that was going down. So this was the 4 liters of water that was going down before melting up of ice. Now what is happening? Due to the melting up of ice, the fresh water emerges over here. The fresh water will not come down. It will not sink down because of the density, less density. So as a reason, now I will not have these two. So now just assume that only 2 liters of water will flow. Earlier 4 liters of water was sinking down. Now due to the melting up of ice and increasing the fresh water, the water, only 2 liters of water will sink down. So when the 2 liters of water sinks down, what will happen? The deep ocean current reduces. Understood? How it reduces? Because of the melting up of ice. Melting up of ice will lead to the fresh water, and this fresh water will not sink down. If it doesn't sink down, less water will go into the deep ocean current. Earlier 4 units of water was going, because there was no major amount of fresh water. Now due to the melting up of ice, huge amount of fresh water is coming, and because of this fresh water, it cannot sink down. So what is happening? Only some amount of water will go into the deep ocean current. Understood? Clear? Yes, okay, where CO2 gets trapped. CO2 gets, it gets trapped in the water only. Yeah, one more thing here. Imagine, don't imagine that it's kind of small lake. It's a big system. Okay, the water here. Just know this one. The water that enters into Antarctic now. That is, say, assume that one drop of water entered into Antarctic. So where is this? Yeah, assume that this is your Antarctic. One drop of water entered into Antarctic. In order to move this entire cycle, it takes somewhere around 16,000 years to 20,000 years. So that is the duration it takes. So if one molecule of carbon dioxide enters into the water, enters into this deep ocean current, it takes almost 20,000 years to come up. So yeah, that is the thing. It's a big system. Clear? Got it. Sir, how ice melts? Yeah, ice, global warming. Global warming. The temperature of the atmosphere is increasing along, say, this is your Antarctic. So where is this? Yeah, this is your Antarctic. The temperature is increasing. So as a reason, what is happening? The ice will melt. Yeah, temperature is increasing, the ice will melt. Yeah, any more doubts? Fine. Okay, so what is the way ahead? The only way ahead is we need to move towards sustainable development rather than burning a lot of fossil fuel. We need to move towards sustainable development and focus on clean energy. Clean energy is nothing but your solar power, wind energy, which doesn't use fossil fuel. So that this is the only solution that's available. Please solve this. Oh, nice here. Good. So national party status. Sixth topic is quite important. Air floods. So please focus over here. National party status, no big deal here. Not a complicated one. So recently, AAP, that is Aam Aadmi Party, received national party status. So what is this national party status, or say what is this national party? So what is a national party? So in India, how many national parties are there as of now? 6 national parties as of now. The word is as of now. As of now, 6 national parties are there. What is this? Okay, BJP, Congress, CPIM, BSP, NPP, AAP. So these are the 6 national parties that are available in India as of now. So what is this national party? Okay, and who gives this national party? Okay, national party is nothing but it's a status. It is kind of a badge. National party is kind of a badge. So there will be something called as a state party. How do we call, say in Tamil Nadu, there's some party called as DMK. In Karnataka, there's a party called as JDS. So these are your state party. Okay, who gives, or how can we recognize this as a state party and which is a national party? So it is a status. No, national party is a status, state party is another status. It's a status given by Election Commission of India, ECI. Election Commission of India gives the status. So as you are a national party, you are a state party, so it is given by Election Commission, and it is dynamic. Guys, what is the meaning of dynamic? It is not that it is given permanently. Say recently AAP got national party status, so it is not that AAP will permanently be called as national party status. Say I think last 3-4 years ago, TMC, Trinamool Congress, Mamata Banerjee's party. So Trinamool Congress had got national party status. Now it got removed. Now Trinamool party is not a national party status. Trinamool Congress is not a national party. So what does it mean? It is dynamic. It keeps on changing. It is not permanent. So as of now, there are 6 national parties. So who knows? Next, say after next election, some more parties can be added, or some out of the 6 parties, say a few parties can be removed. So this is the status. That is, national party is a status, and it is dynamic in nature. Dynamic in nature in a sense, it keeps changing. So, say today AAP can be a national party, tomorrow it may not be. See, as it happened to TMC, Trinamool Congress. Earlier it was a national party, now it is not a national party. So it's like this. And it is changed, okay, that is it is changed on the basis of election outcome. It is not that today election commission feels that acha, today we'll give national party status to DMK, we'll give it. No, it is not like that. So it is changed on the basis of election outcome. Whatever the election outcome, whatever the election that happens, so based on the result, national party status is given. So how national party status is given? If election commission feels, they'll give it, or it is defined by some rules. So there are some set of rules that are properly defined, who should get a national party status and who should not get a national party status. There are 3 rules, okay. And again here guys, don't become a lawyer or PhD holder. Not required to memorize all these 3 rules, not required. No one is going to ask, never UPSC will ask this. Have a brief idea what's a national party status, what's a state, okay, that is a state party, and who gives it, and what are the basic idea of the rules. Don't go in detail regarding the rules. Even the political party, they themselves will not know these rules in detail, okay. And also these rules are subject to change, it keeps on modifying. It's not that these 3 rules are always permanent. Even this rule also changes. So don't think that we need to memorize each and everything. Don't overcomplicate the preparation. Just know what is required for UPSC. Okay, ban mein rank le lo, then do whatever you want. Do a PhD in this. Not required. Okay, don't try to memorize this. So anyways, I'll give a brief idea. So know this one. So national party status is given as per the election symbol and reservation and allotment order 1968. It is an order, guys. It is not an act. Since it is an order, any day election commission can change this one. If election commission decides today we need to change this order, they'll change it. It's not that we have to go to the parliament to pass an act. It is just an order. So this rules also keeps on changing. So don't try to memorize it. As of now, just know this one. So what is there? So first rule is, so if any party wins 4 Lok Sabha seat, along with this 4 Lok Sabha seat, the party should have at least 6% of valid votes, 6% of votes in at least 4 states. So that is the first criteria, is there should be 4 Lok Sabha seats. Along with the 4 Lok Sabha seats, in at least 4 states, the party should have got 6% of votes. Say assume that there's a party, say party ABC, we'll consider to be party ABC. So this party has got 4 Lok Sabha seats. Along with this 4 Lok Sabha seats, it has got 6% vote share in Karnataka, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu. Then this party will call it as national party. Understood? This is the first rule. And the second rule is, any party should, at least if there's any party, it should get 2% of the Lok Sabha seats. In the sense, it should have 11 MPs. There should be 11 MP, and along with this 11 MP, this 11 MP should come from at least 3 states. It is not that, say for example, take DMK example, Tamil Nadu. I think DMK has somewhere around 15 or 16 MPs. I think over around 15, 16 MPs. But still DMK is not a national party because they are from only one state. So what the election commission rule says, that there should be at least 11 MP spread across 3 states. If there is a minimum 3 or more states, from 3 or more states, if there is more than 11 MP, then that party will be declared as national party. Or if any party has, that is state party status in 4 states. So if any party, say for example AAP has a state party, that is at least in 4 states, it should be recognized as a state party. There's something called as a national party, there's something called as a state party. If any political party is recognized as a state party in at least 4 states, then that party will be given as national party status. Again, don't worry about these rules here. No one will remember this. Even probably the political party, they themselves will not remember it. It's subject to change. It keeps on changing. So just have a basic idea on what is national party, what is state party status, who gives it. More than sufficient for your UPSC. Okay? So what are the advantages of having national party? So status, national party status. So one is all the advantages of the national being a national party status is given in RPA 1951. Again, important topic in GS 2 in your mains में GS2 है ना, उसमें it's important topic. Please focus over here. So this RPA, what it says is that, so whichever party gets national party status, their party symbol is reserved in pan India. So in the sense, now Aam Aadmi Party has got a national party status. Now in nowhere in India we can use this symbol, that is a broomstick symbol. So this is that is the benefit. Say BJP and Congress has the national party status. No political party can use the symbol of lotus and hand. So that is their symbols are reserved. Say for example, DMK party. DMK party is in Tamil Nadu. DMK party is in state. The symbol of DMK party is sun. Okay, this is the rising sun. This is the symbol of DMK party. DMK party is a state party in Tamil Nadu. In Karnataka, any party can use this symbol. That is DMK party symbol. There's no objection. But if DMK party gets the national status, national party status, then no party in India can use the symbol of DMK. Since Congress and BJP has a national party status, no party in India can use their symbol. That is the result. Their symbol gets reserved. Next one, okay, that is broadcast facility. So that is in your Akashvani and Doordarshan, that is national party will get broadcasting, that is around say 90 minutes. And again, this 90 minutes also keeps on changing. The election commission sometimes gives orders for 60 minutes or 90 minutes. The members of those party can go into this Doordarshan or Akashvani and can give their political speeches. This is free. Okay, that is they will have the right. And that is the national party. And next one is proposers. For a national party candidate, that is say for a BJP candidate or Congress candidate, there should be only one proposer. Who is a proposer? Proposer means any voter from the same constituency. Say for example, I am from Bangalore South constituency. So if I am from independent party, I should have 10 proposers. 10 proposers. In order for me to contest Lok Sabha election, I should take 10 proposers, in the sense 10 people from my constituency to submit my nomination letter. But whereas a person from a national party, he or she just needs only one proposer. Understood? So this is the advantage of being from a national party. Proposer, understood, right? Proposer matlab the members, okay, the voters in the same constituency. Say Bangalore constituency will have say somewhere around 10 lakh voters or say 5 lakh voters. So if I have to go and compete for the Lok Sabha election, I should take at least 10 proposers with me to file the nomination. Whereas a person from BJP or Congress, they can just take only one person. One proposer is sufficient for a national party. For others, 10 proposers are needed. Next one, they'll get electoral rolls, free electoral rolls. That is the national parties. So this electoral roll, matlab, the list containing all the voters in the constituency. This is your electoral roll. If you would have voted, you would have seen this is your electoral roll. One electoral roll is given free for the national party. Next one is star campaigners. So for a national party, there will be 40 star campaigners. See, this is your BJP's star campaigners. This is your Congress star campaigners. So there will be star campaigners. 40 star campaigners are allowed. So what is the star campaigners? The important party members, though those people will be assigned as a star campaigners, and it is the duty of the government to give them security. Say assume that, say here Nalin Kumar Katil. So the first one is Sri Nalin Kumar Katil. Here Srimati Sonia Gandhi. So here if they have been assigned as a star campaigner, it is the duty of the government to give them security. Say if the star campaigner wants to move from point A to point B, the government should ensure that they move safely. So that is your these are some of the benefits that they get as a national party, star campaigners. Okay, so please focus this. Amit, what will the party do with the roles? Okay, that is electoral role. Electoral, matlab they'll get to know constituency, like who, no, they'll get to know about the voters. Yeah, nice, good. Okay, this is quite important topic. Flash drought, very important here. From prelims point of view, mains or be important GS1 and GS3. So GS1 where in GS1 the geography part in GS1, and GS3 where in GS3 the disaster management part. So extremely important. So please focus over here. So what is this flash drought? So before taking up the flash drought, we need to have some basics. We'll not directly jump into the flash drought. We'll go step by step. So first one is, yeah, there's something called as a heat waves. In order to understand flash drought, first we should know what is heat waves. So what is this heat wave? It's a simple here. Okay, heat waves. Take the example of Delhi. So heat waves matlab unusually hot weather. Simple words, unusually hot weather. So what is the day today? 18th, right? So Delhi. Okay, we'll take the example of Delhi, a classic example. So 18th April. So on an average, say in the last 10 years, on 18th of April, the temperature in Delhi was say 35 degrees Celsius from the last 10 years. But today, the temperature in Delhi to 2023, the temperature in Delhi shot up to say 48 degrees Celsius. All of a sudden, the temperature is 48 degrees Celsius. It's completely unusual. And this temperature goes on for say few days from 18th till say 25th of April. Again, hypothetical example for you to understand what is the heat waves. It's an unusually hot weather. So in the last 10 years or say last 50 years, Delhi did not have so much temperature between 18th April to 25th April. But this year we have unusual high temperature. So because of this unusual high temperature, the temperature is so much so that it is fatal for human body. It will impact human body. So that condition we call it as heat waves. Understood? I'll repeat it again. So on an average, we'll take example of Delhi. So in the last 10 years, the temperature of Delhi on 18th of April was 35 degrees Celsius. But this year, 2023, this year, the temperature on 18th of April shot up to 48 degrees Celsius. This is completely unusual and unbearable. And this temperature will last for another week or so. So for the next 1 week, it will last the same 48 degree, 49 degree, 47 degree, the same similar temperature will last. And this 47, 48 degrees unbearable for humans. So in the sense, it's not, don't consider, no, I'm a strong fellow. Consider that the children, the old age people, this is unbearable for them. So in such condition, we call it as a heat waves. This is the basic criteria for heat waves. Understood? The definition of heat waves. So when do we get heat waves? So summer season or winter season? So usually it's obviously it's summer. So majority of the heat waves are from your mid-March to mid-June. That is this period. This is your heat waves. Majority of the heat waves occur during this period, mid-March to mid-June. And this is the period of monsoon rainfall. This is the period of monsoon rainfall. So that is end of May till beginning of September. End of May till beginning of September, you'll have your monsoon rainfall. But monsoon is not our concern as of now. But this is understood. Everyone understood what is heat waves. Clear? What is heat waves? Got it. Yeah, one more thing here. National party में ना don't try to memorize what is on the. I'm seeing so many questions here. मतलब don't overcomplicate. I know. See, one thing in current affairs is it is a slippery slope. In a sense, you will not know what to study and what not to study. So all these things are like, say, masala items, spicy items. So you try to read a lot. No, you are not required. Go through the previous year questions, just know what kind of questions UPSC is asking, focus on that, clear the exam and do it. See, the biggest mistake what I did in my first attempt is I read mindlessly. I read current affairs which is of no use. Majority of the current affairs what I read was completely useless. Focus on the topic which is important. Okay, focus on the current affairs which is important, which gets you marks. Okay, which fetches you marks in this exam. Don't think that I'm going to acquire a lot of knowledge, become Buddha and all. Nahi bhai, marks. I am going to read this paper so that I get marks. I am going to read this topic so that I get marks. There's no need of acquiring a lot of knowledge. If you acquire a lot of knowledge, and you will do what? If you cannot use it in UPSC, where you will use it? Understood? So don't. That's the reason why the siblings of the toppers clear in the first attempt. उनको पता होता है, they know what to read, what not to read. That's the only reason why the siblings of the bureaucrats clear it in the first attempt. Okay, so don't unnecessarily read mindlessly. Don't read unnecessary things here. Not at all required. So focus on the topic which is needed. ठीक है? Heat waves. Yeah, this is clear, right? Heat waves. Now let us come to drought. Before taking up drought, before taking up flash drought, we'll have to see what is the meaning of a regular drought. See, what's a regular drought? Yeah, regular drought. See, this is your drought condition. This is your normal condition. This is your drought condition. This is your normal condition. What happens in drought? So the simple word drought means scarcity of water. So whenever there's a scarcity of water, we'll have drought condition. So here the keyword is drought is a prolonged period of dry weather causing scarcity of water. In simple word, just understand this. Drought means scarcity of water. So what is the characteristics? Everyone please focus here. Focus on this characteristic. This is very important in order to understand what flash drought is. So what is the characteristics of a drought? See, in order to understand the characteristics of a drought, what's a drought? Drought is a disaster. It's kind of a disaster. So in order to understand the characteristics of a disaster, we'll see another some other disasters. What is earthquake? How much time does it take to have one earthquake? Within few seconds, I will have one earthquake. Earthquake will start and earthquake will end within few seconds. So let us take the example of tsunami. Tsunami will start and end within few minutes. Your floods will start and end within few days. So maybe yesterday there was heavy rainfall, today there will be flooding, tomorrow there's no flooding. So this is the duration of each disaster. So each disaster, say earthquakes, the duration of earthquake will be within few seconds. Duration of floods will be within few days. 1 or 2 days of flood, next day or say third and fourth day it will be normal. So this is the episode. The episode of normal other disasters are very short, whereas the episode or the duration of drought is prolonged. The keyword is prolonged water scarcity. We call it as drought. So let us consider this example. Assume that this is a village in or say this is an area in UP. Okay, fine, we'll take it as MP, center of India, so that no one gets offended. Okay, we'll take MP. Assume that this is a village in MP. So it is not that the village will face drought. Say one fine day, the village moved from this point to this point. It was normal yesterday, and tomorrow we'll have this condition. So it will not happen like that. Drought is not like that. The characteristics of drought is prolonged. It's a gradual. Drought is also called as a creeping phenomena. It is creeping, so it is very slow. Earthquake happens in seconds, tsunami happens in few minutes. Your floods will happens in floods takes only in 1 or 2 days, whereas a drought takes few months to few years also. So sometimes the region can face drought for few years. So but usually drought takes few months. Say assume that in this village, so it is not that the drought will start yesterday and tomorrow we'll have this kind of situation. So the drought would have started somewhere in June. So last year, what is drought? Scarcity of water. So in this village, the scarcity of water, it's not that yesterday we had water, tomorrow there's scarcity of water. That will not happen. Say some part of the village, say this part of the village will have scarcity of water in June 2022. Say in October 22, say this much of village will have scarcity of water. Say February 2023, half of the village will have scarcity of water. So only then we'll get to know that acha, this village is having drought situation. But when did the drought start? So the drought started in June 2022, where some part of the village had scarcity of water, not in the majority part of the village. But when did it start? It started last year. When are we realizing it? We are realizing it this year, because it's a creeping phenomena. Drought means scarcity of water within. It's not like yesterday this village had water, tomorrow this village will not have water. That will not happen. Gradually the water level will decrease. So as the water level gradually decreases, the drought will gradually rise. Understood? This is the general characteristics of a drought. And clear? Any doubt? Clear. Got it? Yeah, drought is quite important here, from this point of view, both. Okay. Yeah, water scarcity and drought is same here, Drupad. Scarcity of water is a drought condition. Drought condition means scarcity of water. Okay, so this is the general characteristics of drought. It is not that drought is going to come within 1 week or 2 weeks. It's a gradual, it takes months. Understood? So now let us see what is a flash drought. Everyone understood this? Okay, yeah, I'll explain this. See here, drought matlab scarcity of water. So here I have water, excess water is there. So as a reason I have crop. So here no water. So the transition from here to here, it doesn't take place within 1 day or 2 days. So it's a gradual process. Say assume that this is your water level gradually increases. Yellow one is water level. This is your drought level. This is your drought. This is your water. So as the water level gradually decreases, your drought also gradually increases. Maybe beyond this point, we will consider, say beyond this point, we'll consider it to be drought. But when did the drought start? This is the time. When did the drought start? Drought started last year only. Drought started to grow last year only. But when are we realizing it? Say after 6 months. Earthquake, it's not that earthquake happens now, we'll realize it after a month or so. Earthquake happens now, I'll realize it now. If there is a flooding in Bangalore, I'll realize it now. If there's a landslide in Western Ghats, drought is different. Drought would have started last year, I'm realizing it now, because it's a gradual process. This is the characteristics of a drought. Clear? Okay, got it. So now let us come to what's a flash drought. Here, I might extend the class by 5-10 minutes. Please bear. It's since it's important topic. What's a flash drought? So now coming to this is a drought. Drought is a gradual process. Flash drought means from this situation, this is water, excess water is there. Because of excess water, I have my crop plantation, all this crop, everything. From here to here, drought condition, it takes place within 2 to 3 weeks. So this is a flash drought. So the regular drought, the episode of regular drought is few months. The episode of a flash drought is within few weeks. Within few weeks, I will say, assume that 2 or 3 weeks back, I had water. Now I don't have water. Say in another 1 week, I'll have again water. I'll again come back to the normal status. So this episode is called as, or this phenomena is called as flash drought. The entire episode of a drought takes place within few weeks. So that is called as flash drought. That is the rapid development of a drought-like condition is called as flash drought. The definition is rapid development of a drought-like condition is called as a flash drought. Understood? Clear? Payal, what's the question? Let me know. Okay, got it. Any doubt over here? We'll see how the mechanism of flash drought is. But understood what's a flash drought? Okay. Now we'll take the mechanism of flash drought. So how flash drought occurs? See, what's a flash drought? I should have drought condition within 2 weeks. Say 2 weeks ago, I had water in my lake. Today, I don't have water. How can that happen? So how can that happen? So that will happen when my heat waves. What is heat waves? Heat waves matlab excessive temperature, unusually high temperature. When unusually high temperature is coupled with no rainfall. Assume that, say, let us consider Bangalore. So in Bangalore, assume that there's a lake. Okay, we'll take Harloor. Yeah, this is a lake. So this is a lake. Lake name is, say, Harloor Lake. So again, please guys, this is hypothetical example for your understanding only. What's the doubt here? Monica, what's the doubt? Oh, ठीक है ना? Yeah. Please focus here. So flash drought means within 2 weeks I should have, so say 2 weeks before I had water, now I don't have water, in the next week I'll have water. So what is happening? Within 2 weeks I face the entire episode of drought. That is your flash drought. How can this happen? So this can happen when through heat waves coupling with lack of rainfall. No rainfall. See, what is heat waves? Heat waves is unusually high rainfall. We'll take up this example. Again, hypothetical example. Please focus here. Assume that this is Harloor Lake, or say this is a lake. So there was a heavy or a severe heat waves in Bangalore. So what happened? The severe heat waves. See, when does the heat wave come? Heat waves usually comes between March to June. And when does the rainfall, monsoon rainfall, come to Bangalore? It's in Bangalore. So usually the rainfall should come to Bangalore somewhere by June 1st. By June 1st, we should have first monsoon rainfall. By June 1st, we should have first monsoon rainfall. So now let us consider that. So assume that in 2023, there was one hypothetical condition where Bangalore was facing severe heat waves on June 1st. On June 1st to June 10th, there was severe heat waves in Bangalore. But at the same year, this year, the monsoon rainfall got delayed. Bangalore was supposed to get monsoon on June 1st. Monsoon didn't come. So monsoon is erratic, right? Monsoon can come early monsoon or delayed monsoon also. This year, monsoon didn't come on June 1st. But on June 1st, Bangalore had severe heat waves. So what will happen? The lakes, because of the severe heat waves, the water in the lakes will evaporate and there is no rainfall. Understood? You're getting this condition. So the water that is in the lake, or say on the ground, it is getting evaporated because of the heat waves. At the same time, I'm not getting rainfall. I was supposed to get rainfall. Bangalore was supposed to, but whatever the water that is there in Bangalore, it is also getting evaporated because of the heat waves. So what is happening? Within few days to few weeks, all the water got evaporated and no rainfall. I have drought-like condition. And say on June 13th, there is monsoon rainfall. So what will happen? Again, the lake will starts to rejuvenate. The water will starts accumulating in the lake. So what is happening? So from June 1st to June 12th, Bangalore saw decline in the so Bangalore saw increase in the water scarcity. So the water scarcity started increasing. This is say June 1st. This is June 1st, June 12th. Again on June 12th, there was a rainfall. So what will happen? So yeah, so this was your drought-like condition. Again, drought-like condition ended. Clear? Understood? Got it. Clear, right? So this is your flash drought. This is the condition for flash drought. So flash drought occurs when there is a overlapping of heat waves with no rainfall. Severe heat waves with no rainfall, you will have your flash drought. So what are the impacts of flash drought? So one is, it is going to impact the agriculture. Yield of the agriculture will decrease. See, if there's a flash drought, what will happen? The yield, okay, the plant will not have moisture or water. So as a reason, the yield will decrease and the quality of the produce will also decrease. Next one, water supply issues. Say the lake will get evaporated. So what will happen? Water supply. There's no drinking water. There's no water for the industries, etc. Water supply issues. Next one, flash drought causes wildfire. So forest fires. So because of lack of moisture, say earlier assume that there was a lake over here. Now due to the flash drought, the lake got evaporated and there's no water. It triggers forest fire. And next one is, it's going to impact the health. It can lead to sunstroke. All these kinds of disease, all these kinds of health impacts will occur. So these are the impacts of flash droughts. So please solve this one. Purvi, what's your question? Yeah, Shunya, these kind of incident flash droughts do occur in India. Good, yeah. Okay, fine. Next one is, okay, this is not from prelims point of view. It's a simple concept here. Don't overcomplicate it. It is from GS to I'm talking about mains, GS to IR, international relation. No, not very difficult. So again, these are some of the articles that we got on this topic. Chinese dual facility in Myanmar and Sri Lanka, okay, raises security concerns. So again, there is no conclusive evidence, but it raises security concerns. So we'll go step by step, one by one. First, we'll understand what is this dual use facility. Again, no rocket science here. Dual use facility, simple. Dual use facility means any infrastructure, please focus here, any infrastructure, building or anything, say it can be sea port or say airport or any buildings, if any infrastructure that can be used for both civilian purpose as well as military purpose, we call it as dual use facility. Understood? Any infrastructure which has a potential to cater civilian purpose as well as military purpose, we call it as a dual use facility. Say for example, cinema hall. What military activities can be done in a cinema hall? So cinema hall is not a dual use facility, whereas airport is a dual use facility. My civilian flight, that is Air India flight, can also land in this airport, as well as Indian Air Force flight can also land on this. Say fighter jet can also land on this airport, in this seaport. So my Navy vessel can also dock into the seaport. A normal vessel can also, a civilian vessel can also dock into this seaport. Dual use. It can be used for both civilian as well as military purpose. Such kind of infrastructures we call it as dual use facility. Say for example, this room, what military activities can we do in this room? It is a civilian purpose. Cinema hall, what military activities can be done in cinema hall? So those are like single use, only for civilian. So dual use facility means it can be used for both civilian perspective as well as it can be used for military use also. Understood? Got it? Clear? So this is the basic idea of dual use facility. So this dual use facility, so what is this? In this dual use facility, it can be used for any research and development, R&D activities. It can be used for manufacturing, transportation, communication. So this is a buildings that are constructed. Here I can do my R&D activities. Here I can indulge in my transport and communication. So these are the activities that can be used in your dual use facility. And this dual use facility, basically dual use facility primarily focuses on the civilian activities. Say if this is a seaport, here the primary activities will be civilian. Now all this merchant navies, all the normal trading activities can take place. But whereas it can also be used for military purpose. If this is an airport, here primarily all the civilian aircraft will land, but it can also be used for military purpose. So these are the basic characteristics of a dual use facility. Understood? So the context for this article is, so understood, everyone got it? What is dual use facility? Okay, na? So the context for this article is China is building a lot of dual use facilities along the Indian coast. So this is Sri Lanka. Here along Myanmar, they are building a lot of dual use facility infrastructures. They are not building schools, they are not building hospitals, they are not building, say, a cinema, mall, etc. So basically they are building dual use facility, a lot of sorry. Yeah, sorry guys. So they're building a lot of dual use facility, and that is a cause, that is a concern for us, because it can be used for military purpose anytime. See, what are the dual use facilities that are built by China in Myanmar? Say in Myanmar, so in Kakpu deep water port, here it comes over here. Here they are building a port, that is a deep water port. See here that the Chinese government is telling that this port will be used only for civilian purpose, but we know that any sea port is a dual use facility. Anytime China can come and dock their naval vessel over there. Next one is signal intelligence facility at Coco Island. Again, here at Coco Island, they are having the signal intelligence facility. So basically, this is this is a setup whereby it tracks all the signals that are sent from your aircrafts as well as your vessels, that is ships. So they are having one signal intelligence facility built in Coco Island. See, these are very close to India. So if they come and dock their naval vessel over here, or say if they have this signal intelligence facility, they can listen to what are the activities that are happening over India. Again, it's a concern for us. And next one is, okay, airport in, okay, Hantawade. Okay, Hantawade is somewhere over here. So again, they are building airport over here. So since they are building these kind of dual use facilities around India, so what is happening? It is a cause of concern for us. Chinese government is telling that no, we'll not use it for military purpose, but we know that these are dual use facility. It can anytime be used for military purpose. So this is your Chinese investment in Myanmar. Similarly, China is also building dual use facility in Sri Lanka also. Say the famous Hambantota port. So this China built this Hambantota port. In fact, last 2 years ago, China had docked their naval vessel there. That is a military vessel over there. That is a military ship was docked over here. It is where India is just here. India is very close over here. So China built this port and China started using it for military purpose. Again, that is Hambantota port. And again, China started building one airport, that is, okay, Matala Rajapaksa airport, again over here. Anytime it can be used for military purpose. Again, China is building one Colombo port city, a huge city that is being built over here by China. So it can again be used for a military purpose. So these are some of the investments which China is doing, which investment into dual use facility. So as a reason, it is causing a lot of concern for India. So what are those concerns? So the first main concern is China is growing its influence in South Asia region. South Asia region. Who is the boss, or say who is the main player in South Asia region? India is the main player in South Asia region. So this is your South Asia region. So India is the main player. Now what's happening? Now China will come and dock its vessel or naval vessel over here. Chinese influence will start increasing in the South Asia region. So as a reason, what will happen? So it will threaten India's dominance. India is a dominant player in South Asia region. Now China is entering into the South Asia region. That is a cause of concern. Next one is potential military usage. So China is telling that we'll not use all this infrastructures for military use, but there is a potential anytime China can use it. Even to build this Hambantota port, China told that we'll not use it for military purpose. 2 years ago they had docked military, that is naval vessel over there. So again they started using it. So again, if their military power enters into this South Asia region, it is a cause of concern for India. Next one is risk of debt trap. So what is happening? It's not that China is giving free infrastructure for Sri Lanka and Myanmar. China is giving, say, installing all this infrastructure on the basis of loan. So this loan are high interest loans. So what will happen if Sri Lanka is not able to pay back this loan? There is going to be economic crisis in Sri Lanka. If there is economic crisis in Sri Lanka and Myanmar, there will be in-migration. That is, the people from Sri Lanka will enter into India. So again, it is going to cause a concern for India. Okay? So these are the concerns for India. So what we can do? What are the measures, okay, that India can do to avoid this Chinese investment? What India should do is India should promote economic cooperation. That is, India should also invest in Sri Lanka. India should also invest in Myanmar, so that we also have this economic cooperation. Second one is India should provide a proper security cooperation. Since India is a dominant player in the South Asia region, so India should provide security cooperations. That is, India could provide security cooperation to Sri Lanka, and India could also provide security to Myanmar. So these are the things. Next one is promote regional cooperation. Like we need to reignite, okay, SAARC, and so regional cooperation. So now if we have this regional cooperation, what will happen? The dominance, or say dependence on China, will reduce. So through these measures, we can ensure that the Chinese influence in our region, that is South Asia region, reduces. So this is a pure GS2 topic, international relation topic. So have a brief idea on this one. Okay. Okay. Thank you guys. Any doubt over here? Why can't we build a dual use facility near China? Near China, yeah, to build all the dual use facility, we need to have a lot of funds, man. That we don't have. Okay. Okay, guys, thank you. Study well. And for 2023 guys who are giving prelims, please focus on the PYQ a lot. This is going to save you. PYQs for the core subjects, do at least last, say, 25 years. Core subject in the sense polity, modern history, geography, environment, economics. So at least these 4 subjects, previous year questions, last 25 years, it's kind of mandatory for 2023 guys. You do this and say these 5 subjects PYQ last 25 years, your chances of clearing will increase over 90%. Yeah, just know the fact, the core subjects, the number of questions coming from the core subjects will be somewhere around 65 questions. From these 5 subjects, you'll have 65 questions. What is the cutoff? Cutoff rehta hai 45 questions. Cutoff will not go beyond 45 questions, man. So you can get 45 questions out of these 65 questions, and now these 65 questions, majority questions are getting repeated. From where? From PYQ. Okay, questions in the sense the themes are getting repeated, the topics are getting repeated. So that is the reason. Okay, this is the strategy for 2023. Okay, so don't unnecessarily waste time reading things which aren't required. And one more thing, always put this graph in front of you for 2023, guys. So this is your moderate, this is your this is your easy questions, this is your moderate questions, this is your difficult question. Assume that this is 0 to 100, okay, in your prelims questions. So the cutoff will be somewhere over here. This is the cutoff, okay. What majority of you guys will do, or including me in my first attempt, what I did, we guys focus on difficult part, so we end up leaving the easy part. Okay, तो क्या होगा, next attempt हो जाएगा. So don't do that. And easy part means do PYQ of the core subject. You can solve this easy part, and a bit of moderate, you can clear prelims. Okay, clearing prelims na, no rocket science. So do this strategy, apply this, हो जाएगा. Okay, so yeah, ठीक है. First do the easy part. First ना try to finish the cutoff, come to the cutoff level. First do the easy part, बाद में देखेंगे. Next we'll see whether to do a difficult part or moderate part. Okay, understood. Then you do difficult part and all, like bouncer questions. Yeah, मतलब why do you want to do bouncer? मतलब know the fact that in prelims there are certain questions that are meant to be left. It's not that you have to get 200 on 200. You have to attempt all the questions, all 100 questions. Why? Why do you want to? Why do you want to attempt a difficult question and get negative marks, whereas you can easily get right marks in your easy questions? Okay, ठीक है. And for CSAT ना, guys, CSAT में ना, just know this fact, okay, that is a person will fail in CSAT only because of two reasons. One is overconfidence before the exam. I am a graduate from IIT, I know CSAT, I will not touch CSAT. Overconfidence before the exam. Next one is ego during the exam. During while writing the exam, ego, I am a graduate from IIT, how can I not solve this question number 1? I am an engineer, I am a gold medalist, I am from SRCC college, how can I not solve this one? So this is the only two reason why people fail in CSAT. Okay, don't have overconfidence, don't have ego. Take up any year paper, out of 80 questions, 40 questions will be dead easy. यार मतलब any year paper PYQ you take, 40 questions will be dead easy. Somewhere around 20 25 questions will be difficult. Not more than this 20 25 questions, or so even not even 25. Somewhere around 20 questions. The skill in UPSC CSAT in order to clear CSAT is you got to identify what are these 40 questions. If question number 1 is difficult, go to question number 2. Bhai, 40 questions are dead easy, man. If you have a basic idea on CSAT, 40 questions are dead easy. You can clear CSAT, not a big deal. The thing is, you have to identify which question I can solve it, which question I should skip and go to the next question. Provided that you have finished some practice for CSAT. The best way to do CSAT is PYQ. Last say 2014 to 2022. And again here, one more thing, note this one, the trend in CSAT is, so all the odd years are extremely difficult. Say 2015 difficult, 17 difficult, 19 difficult, 21 super difficult, 23 chances are that it is going to be super difficult if you see the trend. And all the even years are dead easy. For 14 was easy, 16 was easy, 18 was easy, 20 was easy, 22 was super easy. So even years the trend is easy, odd years the trend is difficult. Now solve PYQs, first solve PYQs of the odd year, then solve PYQs of the even year. Don't solve PYQ of 2022 and tell that I'm getting 100, I'll not do it. Solve PYQ of 2021, and if you get say anything over 90 marks, you're good to go, CSAT. Okay, so understand the previous year trend, and based on that study properly. Got it? Okay, chalo, all the best. PYQ, don't skip PYQ, don't pick core topics. That is the one which is going to help you clear the exam. These difficult questions will neither help you clear the exam, will neither stop you from clearing the exam. So any person passing or failing depends on these two things, easy and moderate, and a majority thing is on easy. ठीक है? Okay guys, चलो bye bye, good night.